What if Vietnam invaded the rest of the world? We are starting off as the Bush Wookiees and moving these two back onto our own land so that we can fire the foolish hand hitters and replace them with Glade-sponsored archers. A few turns later, once this army was rebuilt, we invaded this place and their troops couldn't even make it to our front line. Feeling very confident, we then ran towards Hag Hall and on our way accidentally ambushed some rats. Once we arrived at Hag Hall, they said it would be a Pyrrhic victory, so I fielded a second army and then brought them over in a rather relaxing siege where we stood outside for 10 minutes until they got so bored that they surrendered. But even after destroying their faction, the trees demanded more, so we burst through the ground into Ice Rock George, declared war, and took their settlement. Our tree was now the Big Hap, but this territory is making us no money at all, and we soon won't be able to pay Tom Nook. So now we must go invade the rest of their territory to the north, and on turn 22, we finally made it. We may go broke next turn, but taking this storage unit will get us right out of it. Trust me.
Nope.
This is okay, this is actually a pretty easy fix right here, check it out. We're just going to destroy their army, take this city, and look at that, we're out of crippling debt. And we're back in debt again. Luckily, I can use my favorite debt removal tool combined with some shady trade deals, and look at that, not even a thing. Now that all our troops were refilled on fertilizer, we use them to swiftly bring justice to both of these factions, showing them why you always pay the Lorax's money. After a period of renovating our trees to be stronger, we began moving south to find ourselves another tree. But as we moved south, there were high elves in our way. The only reasonable solution was taking all of their land and killing all of their armies. However, they put our whole challenge in jeopardy when their final army attacked our army, but also this army. So I had to manually take this battle, shove the melee troops in the corner of the map, then do our magic of riddling their troops with thousands of arrows. Technically, we did shoot this bird to 5 HP, and then he dive bombed into those melee troops in the very back corner of the map. But if you ask me about that one more time, I will feed you to the tree. With their faction destroyed, I was going to continue moving south when I discovered the Great Holy Oak was ready for the ritual. So we moved our armies home and started the ritual to get that sweet chicken nug. The ritual was beautiful. It makes you think that maybe war isn't needed. Maybe we can live in peace. The Americans may think they're overwhelmingly powerful in their Imperial units, but they haven't even seen our final form. By turn 61, our ritual was officially complete, and they gave us this purple woman, which I will be adding to my team because she's capable. Moving on, once our armies made it to the north, they took the Temple of Cain, but now they are surrounded by Dark Elf armies, so I pulled a biggest brain move and attacked Nagaron. But after moving our armies, I discovered we were an inch shy of starting the siege. As we awkwardly waited for the next turn, we were then attacked by Thottrakai, so we retreated. Little did they know this was exactly part of my plan. The next turn, we set up a double ambush directly in their line of sight. Naturally, they thought the sector was clear and then they walked away in confusion. So the next turn, we once again began our siege, except for this time, our reinforcing army is going to be in ambush mode. They tried to come back and stop our siege, but we popped out like Chris Hansen and caught them before they could. Following our annihilation, we then broke our siege and finished off the army that was running. And what did we do next? Oh, we went in for seconds. Boom! They fell for it again. Dark Elves? More like fucking idiots, am I right, gamers? Time for round 3. They're gonna fall for this one again. That's fine. That's why you always have 2 ambushed up. I'm just gonna leave. However, this too was a part of our plan. We began another siege, but with the 2-piece wombo combo to entrap them. You know what I'm talking about. The trees collapsed on them once again, devastating his army, and this then freed us up to destroy the other army and take his city, leaving only one Nagarond army left that loomed to the south. So I made a 3rd army specifically to annihilate this evil when they came north, but when the time came, this evil ran them over in their Mario Kart and then hightailed it up the coast. So I had to intercept them a few turns later with the Sisters of Twilight, and we hit them with the blue shell. Now we are finally free to rapidly take all of their territories, and we did, and during which time I finally looked at the bottom left of my screen and remembered why I hired these birds in the first place. Some turns later, we were this close to completing our Nagaron takeover, but then the Chaos Warriors spawned in. Luckily, they were very far away, and there's no way—
Nope. Run.
Now at turn 99, I've decided that this is not my problem. The Chaos Warriors can take as many worthless territories as they want. We will be sending all of our people to spread the good word of the Oak to the world. And we're to start by digging the Sisters of Twilight under Canada's border and into Ohio. Then we're gonna send our very first Weight Watcher army on an underground Uber to take the Sacred Pools tree for our people. The next turn, after we took down only one Ohio city, an admirer begged us to take their tree. We may be losing all of our lands back home, but you wouldn't wouldn't guess it if you looked at our treasury. Over the next many turns, our trees were spreading far and wide, demolishing our enemies. The plan was to let everyone live in peace once our final wars were complete, but then the lizardmen burned our tree to the ground in the south. We put oxygen into this world, and now we're gonna take it right out. The Beastmen dead. The Waldo faction dead. Oh, these orcs raised someone else's land near our tree. Too bad. Dead. And get a load of this guy. A British faction with a Swedish name. Go back to IKEA. As we kept destroying people that defiled our trees, more admirers began giving us their trees to protect. And anyone who didn't gift us their tree had it gifted by force. After many turns, no one could stop us. We had assembled all the trees, and now I will delete oxygen. Oh shit, I can't breathe.